So long as you find the right employer,
Morning, Kite.
you could be paid to kill anyone.
Raise your arms, give me a look on them, and bestow a blessing. Know that battle is a blessing. Know that death.
Never should have come.
Right.
Look at this. I should have known it was only a matter of time before they found us. It's the price we pay for openly recruiting. We'll have to step up our defenses. I don't suppose you have some good news for me.
That's fair enough. The only Lucian of note that I can think of was an assassin back in the British I always thought it sounded a bit feminine.
It's eerie, isn't it?
Not that there's anything wrong with being feminine.
What your life would be like.
Of course. Why did I suppose differently? Fine. Tell me what you know.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Nothing.
A woman? Trapped in there? That doesn't make any sense. Who is she? More importantly, where is she? I'm waiting to hear what any of this means. They what? And you didn't stop them? You didn't secure the scroll? So they have everything they wanted, and we're left with nothing. By the Divines. This couldn't get much worse. This is more than you and I can handle. Well, of course we do. I'm old, not stupid. We're just going to need some help. If they're bold enough to attack us here, then this may be bigger than I thought. I have good men here, but there are people I've met and worked with over the years. We need their skills, their talents, if we're going to survive this. If you can find them, we might have a chance. Right to the point, aren't you? I like that. Not like those fools in the Order. We should keep it small. Too many people and we'll draw unwanted attention to ourselves. I think we'll want Serene Gerard. Breton girl, whip smart and good with tinkering. Fascination with the Dwemer. Weapons in particular. Last I knew, she was out in the Reach, convinced she was about to find the biggest dwarven ruins yet. Might need a little convincing, but she should. You'll also want to find Gunmar. Big brute of a Nord. Hates vampires almost as much as I do. Got it into his head years back that his experience with animals would help. Trolls in particular, from what I hear. Last I knew, he was out scouring Skyrim for more beasts to tame. Bring the two of them back here, and we can get started on coming up with a plan. Isn't it obvious? They're soft, the lot of them. Totally unprepared for any real threat. And yet I was the one ridiculed for trying to be ready for anything. Too extreme, they called me. Well, that doesn't seem to have worked out in their favor now, has it? Vampires need to be dealt with, hunted, rooted out, destroyed. Once there was a group dedicated to a similar cause. They called themselves the Dawnguard. That was a long time ago, but the idea was and is a good one. That's why I'm bringing it back. This latest attack proves it's the right time. Watch your back.
Skyrim's rules are something to behold.
Can I ask you something, Inigo?
She decides to show.
What's your obsession with spiders all about?
None of your business.
Vampire hunter. Breathe your heart.
Step carefully. Sometimes I see you do. I almost feel envious. And then I think about the you. Your shield isn't well. I'm just amazed by you. Dance for us. God. Beautiful.
Mind yourself. There's a vicious... You there! Hold fast! I've tracked this damned bear for 2 weeks. I'll not let it have any more victims. Ithran needing someone else's help. Never thought I'd hear that. I'm afraid he's a few years too late. I've moved on. I have more important business to attend to. Besides, he can handle anything alone. He assured me so himself. What could he possibly need my help with? Vampires? Well, that might change things. Tell me more about what's going on. By the 8th. Alright, look. I'll consider it. But I can't just leave this bear to prey on more innocent people. Once it's dealt with, then perhaps I'll see what Ithran expects of me.
Take whatever you're holding.
I knew I could do it. I know you don't trust me. I don't mean to make you so on edge. I've got good reason to be. I understand that. I'm sorry for what the Thalmor did to you. It was terrible and cruel. And I get it. My words can't do anything about what they did to you. But I want you to know I don't agree with anything they said or did. I'm trying to help those the Thalmor hurt. That means even you.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
So, does this mean we're okay?
We'll see.
I guess so.
Don't know how well I'd have managed by myself without my thanks. You've helped me, so I suppose the least I can do is find out what Isran wants. He's still at that fort near Stendar's beacon, I assume. Of course he did. He's been working on that place for years now. Never lets anyone in. His own little fortress. Well, I guess I'll get to see what he's been up to all this time. I'll meet you there.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Could you have a word with my please, please?
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold capitals. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Oh, I
Maybe
love
we could
the
go find the
rain.
tavern. I'd
But
kill
I'd like
for
it
some
better
love
if we were inside.
My friend, I can hear
Ever been to Markarth?
the language.
Some say it was built by
Are
the
you
dwarves.
referring to me?
I don't believe a word of it.
Yes.
Everything's in order.
Bit of jewelry for your journey home?
Mind yourself with that fire.
Forsworn are here in the city.
Everyone stay back. Markarth City Guard have this all under control. There are no Forsworn here.
By the gods, that man nearly killed me. You saved my life. Thank you. Here. I was gonna bring this to my sister, but I think you should have it. No. I don't have any idea. I was just shopping for a pendant for my sister back in the Imperial City. I've heard of them. Something about the men who live in the hills and attack caravans. I'm sorry. I don't know anymore. I'm just visiting here from Cyrodiil. You've done well.
We'll handle
He
things
tried to
from
kill
here.
Mark
Move along.
right in front of me.
What a mess.
What in the world?
I don't mean to be rude, but are you sure you want to adopt a Nord who draws Thalmor to us? It seems like a poor decision. Hi? Sorry, were you talking to me? Oh, sorry, I was thinking about something. Don't have time to talk, though. Why don't you go chat with the other bar patrons? Maybe if I poison him... Can't stop me if he's dead.
My brother took 10
You wish to
arrows
talk?
the knee.
I'm all pointy ears. You know, I should introduce you to Ondolimar while we're here. I think you'll like him. Actually, never mind. That's a terrible idea. Lovely chat as always.
Hi? Sorry, were you talking to me? Oh, sorry, I was thinking about something. I don't have time to talk, though. Why don't you go chat with the other bar patrons?
Why is the floor so sticky?
Just...
Is that wine?
How am I going to get by that court wizard and see Nashu and Zell? What was his name? Calselmo? The bastard won't let me in to see the Dwemer rune. Something about a giant spider. As if that matters. How so? I don't care how dangerous it is. Although, yes, if I'm dead, I suppose I can't see the rune. Oh, I know. I'll just hire a mercenary to kill it. Then he'll have to let me in. Oh, are you a mercenary? I guess you do seem like the type who disregards their own life in favor of gold. Alright then, name your price. Whoa, are you really that good? You must not let your clients get so much as a scratch. Let me see what I have. I can do 200 gold?
I miss my soft goose down feather bed back home.
Don't look at me like that. Okay, how about 200 gold up front, and whatever you pick up in the runes. And I'll grab some stuff to sell too, so I can give you more gold when we finish up. So...
If you catch me alone in the far corner, don't worry, I'm not brooding. I'm just keeping out of the line of the inevitable drunken brawl.
Yes! Alright. Let's head to Understone Keep and find Calcelmo. Tell him you want to see the excavation site, and convince him we'll take care of his spider problem. Alright. Here? What sort of amenities does it have? Of course, I'll humbly accept your offer either way, but it does have a library, right?
What are you hiding, priest?
I'm not hiding anything. It's closed for a reason.
Typical Imperial lies. First, you take away Talos. Now you're keeping us from seeing our honored dead?
Damn
You and the
Stormcloak
Jarl
rebels.
will answer
Every
for
one of them.
any desecration of my ancestors' bodies.
That's enough, Dawnguard.
This
We're
place
done.
is massive. Dwemer grandeur stained with silver greed.
The Silverblood family will be heard.
What are you doing here? The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards. I told you I'm not hiring any more guards. Why do you people always bother me when I'm trying to finish my research? You idiot! Do you even know who I am? The most recognized scholar on the Dwemer in all of Tamriel. And you people keep bothering me. I'm sorry, I got too excited. I'm in the middle of some very stressful work, and I shouldn't have yelled. How can I help you? Persistent, aren't you? Oh, very well. Who am I to stand in the way of curiosity? I'll let you in if you agree to something for me. There's a giant spider in a Chuanzel. My workers call her Nimi, the poisoned one. If you deal with Nimi, I'll let you into both the excavation site and my Dwemer museum. What do you say? Enthusiasm. Good. Here's the key to the dig site. Yes, their history and culture is all around us in Markarth. A race of stonecutters, artisans, and engineers. They invented machines and built elaborate underground cities where they researched powers to rival the gods themselves. And then, at a time we are still not sure when, they disappeared. The whole people, all at once, leaving behind only their works. What? Oh, goodbye.
I'm Calcelmo's nephew. I help him around the laboratory.
You don't know anything about this house? No. Anyone seen entering or leaving? Strange lights or unusual noises?
It's abandoned, and it's always been abandoned.
What's your... Are you seriously thinking about it?
What? I'm sorry, wait a second. Are you talking to me?
Maybe I was.
One of those vigilance of standby, Major.
I'm sorry.
Why is he had Mark?
I was just thinking... Well, never mind. Who are you?
I'm Lucifer, and I've already asked
You
you.
call a boomerang that doesn't come back.
Whoop.
A sick.
My name is Remiel, but please just call me Remy.
Okay, well, I hope you will get along.
Yes, excellent. Let's kill that spider and head into Nishuanzel.
You're rather hard to track down. I'll give you that. I was asked to find you as soon as possible. If you ask me, this problem sounds urgent. You'd best head on over to the Bannered Mare in Whiterun. Speak to Lurius Lior. He mentioned something about trouble with a dragon. And the promise of a generous reward sounds tempting. If I were you, I'd best not keep him waiting.
I don't believe that will be necessary. I'm supposed to be paying my friend here for escorting me to High Rock.
Oh, that's ironic. I just came from High Rock myself, actually. If you're in Markarth, you must be getting close to your destination?
One would think so. However, it seems that the usual path into Johanna is blocked. The only way to High Rock right now is through Hammerfell.
Oh, I see. So will you be heading off to Hammerfell after this? Or are you planning to stick around for some adventure?
We've actually already been to the Hammerfell Gate. I decided that I wanted to spend more time with my friend here. Yeah, quite the traveling companion. And it's a nice break from Morrowind.
Well, this is good to hear, seeing as I'm relying on them to keep me alive. My name is Remiel, by the way.
You're in good company then, Remiel. My name is Salsas. I'm a lawman of House Telvanni.
Good to meet you, Zelzaz.
I like your outfit, by the way. You look like a proper adventuring type.
Oh, thanks, and same to you. You look like a proper, Morrowind type.
Thank you. I suppose it does stand out a bit.
Does Boethia call you to me? Seems like a good enough place as any. Is there something we must discuss? Or are you just here to see my ugly old mug? Right then. Well, you know where to find me. Be safe.
Well, well, well. Dragonborn. Now with the Greybeard's seal of approval and a bunch of shiny mystical powers to boot. Do you have any idea how exciting this is for me? To be able to study the Thu'um up close and with such regularity. I must write this all up. No other scientist in Tamriel has this kind of opportunity. What's next?
The Greybeards have taught you well, and you are a quick learner. Now you are louder and faster than ever. Let us go get that horn, my friend. Okay.
You've summoned it, the great Lucifer. Hope this isn't too strange for you, Cash. What was that about? They just tried to kill you because you're the Dragonborn? Do you know where they came from? I think we can both agree that we should travel to Solnstein and kill this Mirak person. I don't like going to Windhelm, but that will be the only way to get to Solnstein. What do you need to know? Yes, but at this time, I wouldn't want to be one. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
I'm ready. I guess I shouldn't complain about free real estate. Fine with me.
Are you okay?
What's up? Okay, sounds good to me. Thanks. Well, thanks for bringing me home. Good luck out there.
Hey, Indigo! Everything okay with you?
No complaints here. You?
Smashing!
Good.
Do you have someone waiting for you?
It's like a 2-for-1 bargain. What is your name?
I was with a bandit girl for a while. Turns out she was using me.
For one. You ever met a mercenary in your life? I once knew.
Have you never gone to a market before? It's a bartering term. And yes, I've met plenty of mercenaries. And I must say, it seems like you're all the same.
Blood and silver are what flows through
Put her back. I know
That's
she
what
didn't
they
just
say
say I
about this
look like
place.
every other mercenary.
Charming, isn't it?
Far better looking. I'm not even a mercenary anymore, mind you.
No, not happening. I've already paid for their services, so I'm afraid you're stuck with me, Mr. Mercenary. Or Mr. Not Mercenary. Whichever.
Under, I even get it. It's unbelievable.
Well, it's hardly my fault that your friend here agreed to 200. Perhaps you should hash out your business dealings with them prior to taking on work.
Work. That's cute. Hey, lead the way. I'd like to see this play out.
Incredible. I found another insufferable Nord in the land of insufferable Nords. Tell me, what is your name?
It's gore.
And I'm Remiel. I'll have you know, I know the ins and outs of dwarven runes, so just try to keep up and you'll earn your pay, okay?
You should be more
Cheap
careful,
date.
Remy.
Green shade. That's a...
Dawnguard, all the way to the south. What about you? Are you from here?
No, I'm from High Rock, all the way to the west. I'm traveling with my friend here for protection. I'm not very good with blades or magic.
I've never really been good at magic myself, but I am an excellent archer.
Well, it's good to meet you. I don't actually know your name.
My name is Ari.
Well, Ori, shall we head out?
What's wrong with my passport?
It's dirty. I should take it off so we can clean it.
That was very interesting to watch. I am excited to explore more of your power, but perhaps we should rest and recover a bit before we head for the horn. That is Ruby. She's a Dwemer hummingbird. I found her in a Dwemer ruin some years back. I can send her to find people for me, and communicate with them through her and my locket. So, if either of us get lost, we will be able to find one another. She is! Ruby has been quite the boon ever since I found her. I'm quite protective of her, and I tend to not send her on long journeys. But I figure with our current arrangement, she would be very useful tagging along with you for a little while. Take good care of Ruby, alright? Since we will be traveling together for a while now, I believe this would be appropriate. I think Remiel and I will get along very well.
The artifacts I've discovered in... You have my... As promised, is the key to the Dwemer Museum. And the display is...
You had something to say? sorry. You know how it is when I'm thinking too hard about something. I forget about all sorts of things. Shall we get going? You had something to say? You remembered that, huh? I mean, of course I always meant to uphold my end of the deal. Here. My share of the spoils, all for you. And thank you. For taking me, that is. Hello. Sure, if you can fit it in with scrap in the way. Now, back to that thought I was thinking.
You haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I'd swear I left it right here. Do you think mud crabs might have taken it? I saw one the other day. Wouldn't be surprised if it followed me here. Well, just look around, will you? Isran? Wants me? No, you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly clear the last time we spoke that he had no interest in my help. I find it hard to believe he's changed his mind. He said some very hurtful things to me before I left. Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. So if you'll excuse me... Vampires. Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers that I proposed no less than 3 different scenarios that involved vampires overrunning the population. Well, what are they up to? Well, that's actually something I never would have anticipated. Interesting. I'm not sure what they would do with one, but in this case, Isran is probably correct in thinking it isn't good. All right. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend myself. But I'm not just going to abandon what I've been working on here. It's too useful. I need at least 1 intact dwarven gyro. So either I need to find the satchel those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace. You wouldn't happen to have one, would you? I'm sorry, but I'm not about to do that without at least a single gyro to show for my efforts. I understand that, but I really can't leave here without at least 1 usable piece of dwarven equipment. A single gyro would be enough, I think. Believe me, this is useful stuff. Until next time.
Okay, Zell, close your eyes.
Why?
Just do it. Okay, now eat this. Can you guess what it is?
It tastes like juniper berries, laced with troll fat, and a hint of salt.
Whoa, that's actually really impressive. Do you eat a lot of troll fat?
It tastes exactly like how they smell. Awful.
Just 1 gyro. 1, and I can get back to work. Where are they? I understand. A single gyro would be enough, I think. Thank you. It's not much, but this will help a great deal with some things I've been researching. Now, where is it Isran expects me to go? Ah, been working more on his secret hideout, has he? It'll be interesting to see how much progress he's made. I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. Farewell.
Zell and I come from quite literally opposite ends of Tamriel. And yet, here we both are in Skyrim. Life can be bizarre, huh? Well, if you're so inconvenienced by them, I'm sure I could make something useful from them. They're very unique. I think they likely have some useful qualities. Hand them over and let me see. Let me just slot this in here. Surely I could get this cog to fit. Ow! Just pinch my finger. Nothing to worry about. Just some tweaking. And here. Well, let's just call it a locator. I kept a piece that resonates with the main component. In plain terms, you can use this contraption to locate me, so long as I'm holding this piece of it. Pretty handy for while we're exploring ruins, don't you think? Yes, the best way to see is to test it. Can't wait. Oh, what's that? That depends on what you want to know. I'm from High Rock. Wayrest, to be exact. It's beautiful. The hub of trade in High Rock, right next to the Iliac Bay. All sorts of people passing through. The smell of water. There's so many languages, art, and knowledge. But for all its beauty on the outside, the inside is rotten to the core. Well, to start, its own king sold out the city, left the gates open to raiders in the hopes that his enemies would be among those slaughtered. Eventually the raiders were ousted, but the devastation they wrought... Ugh. And the king went missing afterward. I was around 10 when it happened. I don't remember it well, honestly. I can see my mother pushing me into the cellar, and my father standing with his old sword at its entrance. But it all passed us over. I mostly remember complaining that I was bored and wanted to go out to play. I was a spoiled kid. And I guess I got lucky. Well, when I left, it was... fine. No one can decide on who should rule it now, so it's been in the hands of a council of cutthroats and traitors until a decision is made. But I honestly don't care much. I've never been into politics. I came to see the Dwemer runes. Well, I've already seen the ones in High Rock, and Hammerfell is too hot for me. So the next place is here. Although I think I swung too far away from hot. How do you people stand the cold here? Well, all that I know about. And that was a lot. Oh no. You must not see a lot of Dwemer runes. There's always something new and interesting to see. You see, they were master engineers, with technology far beyond anything any of the other races have achieved. Every rune is a chance to discover some new machine, to learn secrets of Nirn far beyond our wildest dreams. I cannot wait to see what Skyrim has in store for me. Well, that's a little rude. I'm not too bad with a dagger. Maybe you'll find out when you wake up with one in your ass. You're not the first person I've tagged along with. And if I can't find any wayward adventurers, I hire mercenaries to watch my back. It's not. But Dwemer runes are filled with priceless artifacts. And artifacts that are easily passed off as priceless if you say so with enough conviction. And I also do a little potion brewing on the side. Something like that. I'm self-taught, which means that sometimes my potions have unexpected side effects. And they also taste really awful. Have you ever gone delving into Dwemer runes and seen something cooking over a spit in a Falmer camp? And really wanted to just have a taste? That's what my potions usually taste like. But if you ever feel brave enough, I'd be happy to let you try some. Oh, you can probably guess. I like to take apart machines and put them together again. I love to read. I'll read anything as long as it isn't history. And I love eating. I'll eat anything. And I want to try everything. Hopefully I can latch back onto my train of thought from before.
All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So, welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against. Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Soreen, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we? This vampire showed up while you were away. I'm guessing it's the one you found in Dim Hollow Crypt. Says it's got something really important to say to you. So let's hear it.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again. I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please, just listen before your friend here loses his patience. It's about me and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me. The reason I had it, and why I was down there. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured out this part already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it. He just became absorbed, obsessed. It was kind of sick, actually. The prophecy said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. For someone who fancied himself as vampire royalty, that's pretty seductive. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll. I did, but something about you makes me think I can trust you. I hope I'm not wrong. Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now? Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong. You better know what you're doing. It can stay for now. But if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it. Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Well, back before you know. The College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go to for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. I'd come with you, but I don't know if I can trust your friend. Let me know if you want me along. If you want me to come along, it has to just be me and you. If you want me to come along, it has to just be me and you. If you want me to come along, it has to just be me and you.
Are you sure we can trust her? We only need her for information. Those bloodsuckers make my skin crawl. I trust you. It's her I don't trust.
I suppose you're right.